India and the United States have finally agreed on a trade deal. Washington has slashed tariffs on Indian goods from 50% to 18%. Donald Trump called Narendra Modi one of his greatest friends while announcing the deal. The Indian Prime Minister returned the pleasantries and thanked the US President for the wonderful announcement. While the official deal is still in the works, here's what is being reported. Reuters says India will increase purchases of US petroleum, defense equipment, electronics, pharmaceuticals, telecom products and aircraft. Buying commitments will be spread over several years. Although Trump said that India would cut tariffs to zero, it is not yet clear which products will see zero duties or phased cuts, as there hasn't been an official word from New Delhi. The United States has condemned India's purchase of Russian oil since the beginning. But since Trump returned to power, he publicly made this as a condition without which a trade deal won't be signed. While the US president claims that India will quote-unquote stop buying Russian oil, New Delhi hasn't said that in those many words. However, it is worth pointing out that Indian refiners have been reducing Russian oil purchases and diversifying supplies towards the US, Middle East, Africa and South America. Exporters say the cut in US tariffs to 18% will significantly boost Indian exports, including textiles and apparel, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, footwear, jewellery and food items like shrimp, putting them on par with Asian peers such as Vietnam and Bangladesh.
के जरिए टेक्सटाइल उद्योग को सारा बेनिफिट होने वाला है, क्योंकि खास करके गारमेंट इंडस्ट्रीज़ के लिए, कटन और पर्दे के लिए, बेडशीट के लिए और काफ़ी स्पेशलिटी जो फैब्रिक्स है उसके लिए भी सबसे बड़ा मार्केट हमारा यूएस है और वहाँ का कंज्यूमर भी यही मांग कर रहा था कि इंडिया से हमारे पास माल आए। तो ये अभी जो चेन बीच में बिखरी हुई थी वो फिर से जुड़ जाएगी और आने वाले दिनों में हमारे यूएस से फिर से एक अच्छा खासा व्यापार शुरू होगा।
Agriculture has been a major bone of contention during the discussions, and New Delhi has been adamant to keep this sector outside the scope of trade. The US Secretary of Agriculture tweeted this morning that the new US-India deal will export more American farm products to India's massive market, lifting prices and pumping cash into rural America. We have had no confirmation on this from New Delhi yet. Agriculture is a sensitive topic in India, with about 65% of the people engaged in this or allied sectors. In 2024, America's agricultural trade deficit with India stood at $1.3 billion. Analysts have told Reuters that although reciprocal tariffs may be lowered under the new framework, US Section 232, duties on steel, aluminium, copper, automobiles, auto parts and some other goods are likely to stay. Engineering goods exports to the US rose about 5% year-on-year to $14.68 billion in the first 9 months of 2025-2026 year. And as a result, an estimated portion of India's exports to the US will continue to face higher tariffs despite this trade deal.
Has very serious and potential implications for India's strategic autonomy. The Congress party had moved an adjournment motion demanding a complete discussion on what ostensibly has transpired. President Trump had said we will not buy oil from Russia, we'll buy it from Venezuela instead. That tariffs on American imports will be zero while tariffs on Indian exports will be 18%. $500 billion worth of products will be bought by India. The Agricultural Secretary of the US has tweeted saying Indian markets are going to be opened up, agricultural markets, Indian markets will be opened up to US agricultural products. These are all very, very serious issues which require a detailed discussion.
After the US tariff hike in late August, sectors such as textiles, jewellery and shrimp were hit the most, though discounts helped exporters retain buyers. Still, government data showed exports to the US in January-November period rose 15.9% year-on-year to $85.5 billion, while imports reached $46.1 billion. According to US government estimates, two-way goods and services trade reached $212.3 billion in 2024, with $45.8 billion US goods trade deficit and a small services trade surplus.
It was clear that these two economies potentially can thrive together. They've got a lot of complementarities. This is the largest economy in the world and the soon-to-be third largest economy in the world. And a trade agreement can really cement their efforts to come closer together economically. So, I think those were all factors in getting to this agreement.
The deal announcement has boosted investor sentiment, with rupee rising over 1% today against the US dollar and the Nifty 50 gaining about 3% after initially jumping as much as 5%. As we await the final trade deal document, experts say the devil will be in the details. The last 1 year of back and forth has come with many lessons for India, something New Delhi will hold close despite who sits in the White House. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more news and numbers.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.